Today I'm opening up Hot Pursuit Series 25. Gotta get this case open before Series 26 comes out. This was released, I guess a couple months into the new year of 2018. I have got what appears to be a sealed case, and there are a few cars in here that I am really looking forward to getting, namely the new Pontiac Le Mans, or new paint job on it I should say, the Plymouth Fury, and a Ford Gran Torino new casting release featuring the light bar. And I'm going to show you the last releases of these cars because the castings are all relatively new still. So, for instance, the last time the Ford Gran Torino was seen, it was a first release as the Dude's car in Hollywood Series 18, I believe. Anyways, first car out of this sealed pack. It does appear to be sealed. Is a 2016 Dodge Charger. It seems to have gray tires. Not sure why it has gray tires. I'm not sure if that's a chase thing or I'm not familiar with the gray tire version of the Dodge Charger. It seems to be pictured with black tires. 25th edition. I can't think that that would be a raw version, although the chassis is raw. Anywho, I'm going to have to look that up and see what that's all about. At the end of this video, I'll do a little bit of editing, and I will report back to you as to why the tires are gray on this 2016 Dodge Charger. Next vehicle out is one of my favorites. I like the big old 70s cars. This is the 1978 Dodge Monaco. Really nice. And all of these cars, short of any expensive rare chase models, will be getting removed from their packaging. So stick around to the midpoint of this video for a full opening review of all these cars. Well, if I got a raw chase and a green machine in the same package, now wouldn't that be something? Because what I'm holding before you is a 2008 Ford Crown Victoria green machine, baby. That is sick. You gotta get excited about that. I am trying to control myself here as I make this video. This is why I open these boxes on camera, so that I can share the joy of opening up sealed cases with you, bought legitimately from legitimate retail sellers online, versus slogging it out with the employees and other collectors at your local Walmart. This is why I buy mine online. Okay, I'm still trying to wipe the brow there. 1977 Plymouth Fury, another favorite car of mine. It does look very similar to the Dodge Monaco. These cars both share a very similar chassis and bodywork. The difference is in the front headlights and grille. Well, more the grille than the headlights. Really not too much difference between these two cars other than the paint job. But their cars are alike. Again, we're going to get those out of the package. And now, the 1974 Ford Torino. This is the car I was really looking forward to. It is the first time that Greenlight has made this car with the police sirens and light on top. I can't wait. I got to show you. The only other version of this car is the Dude's car, which came out, as I said, Hollywood Series 18. So we will do a side-by-side. These cars are all getting opened up in this video. Quick look at the back of the packaging. Not much has changed. These cars have been out for years as far as the series goes. This one is highly coveted for me. I like my old Pontiacs. The 1976 Pontiac Le Mans. This is only the second paint job of this car to date, this time of filming, which would be April 2018. The last time we saw it, it was the Smokey and the Bandit Sheriff car from the Hollywood Series 18, once again. Anyways, we've got a really nice blue and white NYPD version of this car. Can't wait to get that opened up. And this is probably one of the toughest cars to find out of the 6, so far as I can tell anyways, from my local hobby shops, which never have this one car. They also never have this one, but I think this one's the harder one to find. Alright, one last look at those Green Machine and Weird Gray Tire Charger. Pretty cool. There's a chance that neither of these cars are getting removed from the package, so we're going to take one last look at them here. I'm going to go research this one right now before I continue filming and let you know in 1 second what's happening with that. Back to the burning question at hand for at least myself and perhaps some of my viewers. What this exactly was. Well, as you can see, this is a 25th edition. Greenlight is celebrating 25 years of making cars. That's on every single package. And for their 25th anniversary, they introduced the Super Chase, which is one step in between Green Machines and the Raw Chase versions of the cars. The Raw Chase cars have absolutely no paint on them at all, or missing most of their paint, and are just basic die-cast raw finished, basically, with gray tires. Green Machines, well, there's like two levels of Green Machine from what I can tell, and I'm not fully familiar on what that's all about, but you've got the more common ones from my understanding that have a green base and green hubcaps. Otherwise the car is the same. And then one step up from that, or perhaps it's model specific, the entire car will be green, like metallic paint with green wheels and a green base. Everything else remaining normal. Black tires, black interior, clear windows. So, in the past when I've seen those cars for sale, they're worth about $75 on the retail market, on eBay or otherwise. This one right now at today's price, you can buy that now for $25 and perhaps get even a better deal. So that car is not overly valuable just to be a basic Green Machine. No idea the production numbers on those. This one is number 97 on its base though. This one is number 4,000 and something, but these, according to Greenlight, are only released in a number of 100 units per car type. So there'll be 600 Super Chases from the Hot Pursuit Series 25. And how many cars are they actually making of these? Like maybe 10, 15, 20,000? It's hard to say really. I don't know because they've stopped telling us what the maximum production run is. But either way, I mean, it's a pretty rare car. If you have 25,000 cars total, and or let's call it 30 for an even number, divide that by 6, that's 5,000 cars each. Only 100 of these have gray tires. So for you serious collectors out there that are really after the Chase versions, this one is hard to find, and current prices for this car online are about $75. So not too bad. Not a bad opening, I'd say. Open the box and I get a Green Machine and a Super Chase. I did not get a Raw, but boy, I'm happy. So we're going to get 4 of these cars opened up. We're not opening those 2 for obvious reasons. I mean, they're not even my favorite castings anyways. I like the old ones. And so we're going to open up all 4 of these cars here that you see. And as a bonus, I'm not buying all terrain all that much, but I really like this 77 Dodge Ram Charger. This is from the newest release, Series 6. And there are the other vehicles. Some pretty cool ones in there, but you know what? I've been collecting Greenlight long enough that I have like tens of each of these, if not more, sometimes 20s of each. But I really like that one, so we're going to open that one up too. That's the bonus for the lack of opening of these sweet Chase machines. The Greenlights are out of their packaging now, save for the Chase machines, which will be staying in their package. But we can now do the direct comparison to the former casting released. Each of these models had one previous release only, and in some cases I just discovered, such as for this 1974 Ford Torino, it didn't exactly fully resemble the 73 Torino 4-door from the Dude in Hollywood Series 18. We're going to talk about that. We might as well talk about that right now. It has the same grille actually as the 76 Gran Torino 2-door and the same rear end, taillights and bumper. as that car, and we're going to do a side-by-side of all three of those right now. Here all three Torinos are side by side. We have the Gran Torino 2-door, 1976. You can see the grille on this one is not the same as the 73 Gran Torino from Hollywood Series 18, and neither is the rear end. The bumper is lower on this one. The taillights are different. In fact, the 4-door version that we've just released from Hot Pursuit 25 has more similarities to the 2-door Gran Torino from 1976 than it does from its 73 version. Other than being 4 doors, and this is why I love Greenlight diecast so much. So realistic, scale spot on, but more than anything, the subtle differences in manufactured vehicles translated into 1/64 scale diecast at this size and price point is just, it's never been done before. And I've said this before, I'll say it again. I commend Greenlight for their attention to detail when it comes to model year specifics such as this. The engines are, well, the engines will be the same. I didn't open all the hoods. I need my little knife to open the hoods because they close so well. Unless you have a really long, thin thumbnail, you're not getting that open without a tool of some sort. And those are the cars, just beautiful. So we'll just take a close look at this one, since you may have seen the ones prior. 820. Painted headlights and license plates. Now featuring the light bar on top with the sirens. All metal base, of course. This one's numbered 5,600 even. Next up, and most appropriately, is the 1976 Pontiac Le Mans. Its only predecessor from Greenlight as a casting that is similar is the 1977 Pontiac Le Mans, released only months before this one. Once again, you can see these are both very similar 4-door cars with very similar body lines. I just had to double check there under light. However, I just noticed, first we'll look at the engine. It's hard to see the shadowing, but it's got a 400 big block under there, painted reservoirs and batteries, all of the hoses and air box hoses, radiator, fan shroud, fender wells. Like, it's just so detailed. For little $5 cars, it's quite incredible. But what I wanted to now draw your attention to was that the fact that the grille on the 77 model is actually different than the 76 model, as is the rear decorations on this vehicle. Between the taillights and above the bumper, on the police version you can see silver trim accents below the trunk, whereas on this one it is painted. Now, I haven't actually looked up this model car to scrutinize it, but I can't see why Greenlight would not do it right, as they pay such close attention to detail. It'd be hard to imagine that they would mess that up on purpose, especially seeing that they have actually changed the front grille one model year apart on the Pontiac Le Mans, as well as the Ford Torino, which we just looked at. Now looking at the 1977 Plymouth Fury. The prior paint job release from the Hot Pursuit Series 24 was also a 1977 Plymouth Fury. Therefore, I expect no change, and I basically found no change other than it would appear this latest one from 25 series has a darker grille, but the texture is still the same, and has a different light bar. But otherwise, the actual car itself is the same, as should be expected, seeing that it is the exact same year as the paint job that we saw just prior. So, which one do you like better? I like the NYPD. Blue and white a little better. The auxiliary is a little bit plain, but still nice, and I'm happy to add it to my collection. We are now looking at the 78 Dodge Monaco. It was previously released in Hollywood Series 18, also Dodge Monaco. Hunter's car. I've got the engines open, or the hoods open on these ones. The engines are the same, so we'll get those closed now. You can see the grills are identical on this version. License plate change, of course. And a sticker change for the trunk lid, but otherwise taillights are the same. The difference here as far as a die cast goes is that we have just a stock version here, and then the Pursuit version here with the light bar attached. So there will be a few holes drilled in the die cast roof to accommodate the light bar. So we do have a slight change in the casting. However, these are basically the same castings and also quite nice. I have to say, once again, I really like the Hunter Green from Hunter's car. The white one, State Police, a little bit plain, but still quite a nice addition to the collection. Of course, I can't do any of these crazy comparisons for the cars that are in the package. Number one, there are so many different years of Ford Crown Victoria out now by Greenlight that it would just be an entire video in and of itself. The same is true for the Dodge Charger. So obviously there will be model year differences in the headlights and taillights, perhaps beyond that for both of these cars. I would be surprised if there wasn't, where appropriate. So we can only assume that that is the case. But as I've said before in the beginning of my video, I really like the older vehicles a lot better, and that's really what I collect. So here's the bonus vehicle. This was a 77 Dodge Ram Charger, I think. Yeah. And it has an opening hood, detailed engine. That hood was closed completely. There we go. It has a bush bar with some fog lights on the front of it, quite detailed. This thing is all metal, raised suspension, as you can see, with the plastic raised axles. All rubber tires with really detailed rims, Goodyear tires on it. Actual fifth spare, of course. And wonderful paint job. But what's really cool, removable hard top. Look at that. What a nice piece. And lots of detail in there as well. It's a really heavy truck. It rolls really well. And the roof sits on there very nicely. It's not going to fall off even upside down. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. We've got a lot more videos to come. A lot of Greenlight reviews coming up. It's just been a little too long in between videos, and I am about to change that. So if you're out after any of these cars, of course, happy hunting. Happy hunting, everybody.